Welcome to the podcast for the sisters and bros. It will make you laugh from your head to your toes. Talking about their lives, from the highs to the lows. And the name of the title goes, The Sloppy Joes.
Welcome everyone to the Sloppy Joes podcast, and guess what? It is a very, very special one. Me and Joe Smith, I'll head straight to the comments on our last video.
I can't do this forever.
Sorry, but this podcast is nothing without Ethan J.
Hello.
Lovely to see you.
Hello.
Ethan, how are you, mate? He's back!
I'm back. Hello. It's
got
good to be back.
You got a lovely tan from your holidays?
I think that's sarcasm because
I've never seen anyone come back from the south of Spain with less of a tan than they went with.
Well,
how's that happen?
I don't really tan, Joe. Before I left, my mum told me off because I replaced my Factor 50 with Factor 30 in my suitcase, and she texted me saying,
your bottom.
well, she said to us, why have you left it? I was like, well, I don't really tan. I know I burn, but maybe Factor 30 is the answer for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out it wasn't.
Wait, hang on a sec. How did your mum know what you'd put in your suitcase?
Oh, well, she just had a little...
You went to Newcastle?
Oh, you left from Newcastle?
I did. I was a bit fearful of flying by myself. I've done it once before. I hated it. So I thought if I had the company of other men, they would guide me through it together.
That's what Joe said the first time you went to your big sex party, wasn't it?
It did guide me through. I think what we should
The
do...
more the guided you in.
I think we should really just get into it.
I need to hear what...
I
first of all,
even start from the air.
where have you been? Who did you go with? How long did you go for? What did you get up to? Any sort of high jinks? Any sort of low jinks? Talk us through it. Come on. Where have you been?
I have been to Spain. And within Spain, I've been to a place called Marbella.
Wow. Now, I sort of see Marbella as a place that sort of like reality TV stars go. It seems like a kind of a stush place, doesn't it?
I think
Marbella.
I think it's sort of been replaced maybe slightly. I think Marbella is the reality TV place from 10, 15 years ago, which has then been replaced by your Greek islands.
Yeah, or Dubai.
Your Dubais, your Mykonos's, etc. But Marbella was sort of it was obviously popular anyway, but it really hit the big time with the only way is Essex crowd.
No carbs before Marbs.
Exactly.
Big saying, Ethan.
Yeah.
How was it?
Oh, well, yes, I must say, very, very posh place. Very posh. Lots of expensive cars.
Yeah.
Lots of expensive boats. Lots of millionaires. And you say it's the place where, like, you get your influencers or your celebrities may have gone in the past. But now, it's more time for the big-time podcasters to go down.
It was you. It was all them from Shagged, Married, Annoyed or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And then just Joe Rogan.
That history one.
Oh, yes.
This is history.
Good stuff. My dad wrote a porno. They were there, weren't they? They were all there. You stayed in the Did you stay in the podcast hotel?
Well, funny you say this. There was actually, like, a podcast building in the middle of Marbella.
No.
There was.
What's that?
It was called like the podcast studios or whatever. So maybe people actually do go down there whilst they're in Marbella having a piss up, do a little pod to get the stories out the way, and then off they go.
So where were you staying?
I was staying in a villa.
Ooh, a villa.
Wow.
That's quite nice. You and how many lads?
6 men overall. I being one of them.
Yeah.
And it was very posh. We drive up there. Apparently, it's famous. Sorry.
You've not spoke for a while, you see.
No.
You forgot.
That's just,
You okay?
sorry.
Ethan, you okay, love? You've almost just vomited for no reason. Is everything all right? Yeah. Oh, he's just woken up. First thing he sees is the doctor. Like, you okay, Ethan? You were talking and you just threw up and passed out. Is everything all right? Aye. You all right, mate?
I think it's because of the a lot of alcohol was consumed. If you wanna cut to the chase, I'd say it was drank every day.
Yeah, good lad.
As expected.
Yeah.
And I think the amount I spent on food as well, and it's a food podcast. I'm sure we could get into that as well. But I think I spent whilst being over there, and I must be honest, I'm not a wealthy man. I'm a stable man. Yeah. I save for the trip.
By that he means he lives with a horse.
Yeah, exactly.
He lives on hay.
Exactly. I spent around on food and drink alone, €750 in a week.
It's not bad. How many days were you there?
7.
To be fair,
100 a day. You're getting boozy.
It's a lot of money, but per day, that's not incredibly bad.
No.
It's a lot, though.
Yeah,
Overall,
it is a
adds
lot.
up. That's why you don't go on holiday for 7 days if you ain't got any money.
6 men in a house. Were you bunking into it with beds with each other? Were you bunk what? Or did you have your separate rooms?
Oh, well, I was sharing with my friend Reese, which was lovely. And Alan, have I told you about Alan? Does the viewers know about Alan?
Yeah, they
about
do.
Alan.
But remind us again.
So those who are at the live show, who've seen the live show on Patreon, Alan is my friend who comes on stage for the dancing competition. He's the runner-up. He's the guy who posted his coat back home because he didn't want to carry it around with him because the weather was quite nice. He's a bit of a, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, a chubby ginger fellow. Would you agree?
Yeah, but he can drink, can't he?
Oh, he can drink.
Can he do what else?
He can drink.
I know he can drink.
Yeah, he drinks. And is he a postman?
No. So he posted his coat back.
No, yeah, all right. But he's not. What occupation is he again?
He's do you know the best way to describe this is, do you know Homer Simpson?
Yeah.
He's now basically doing what he does, like a nuclear.
He works in a power plant.
From home.
From home?
Home?
Yeah. He designs.
What, has he not got his hands in those sort of rubber gloves that go into the plutonium reactor?
He is
core or
Homer
whatever?
Simpson.
He designs the different parts of the power plant using 3D modelling using the
Wow.
software.
Okay, he's quite brainy then.
Brainy smart box.
Oh no, I think you can train any fucker up to do it.
Yeah, he's taken over from Jimbo the chimp.
So
the results have only very slightly dipped, so it's pretty good.
Has Alan got his own room?
So the rule was, Joe, because Alan and I hope again he doesn't mind me saying,
Well, it don't matter
He
because
won't
it's going out.
he's a bit, for want of a better word, gross. Right. So what we did was, there was a room in the attic, right, with its own toilet, and you could lock it away. So we just stuffed him up there.
That's good. It's for the best, isn't it?
It was for the best.
Because he'd only ruin the holiday by covering everything in shit and beer and reactors.
Now, day one can often be quite an exciting day, can't it, Ethan? You get a little sort of fire in your belly. You might drink too much. Was that the case for you?
It's a good question, Joe. To be honest, the evenings have kind of blurred together. But they've blurred together not because of necessarily outrageous stuff, although there is one quite outrageous thing that I accidentally stumbled across, which I will get into. But more so, we ate and we drank very well, and I've never lived such a lavish lifestyle before.
Why does he sound like some like
This is what a holiday
a
is.
15th century pauper who's been taken in by an earl? We ate and drank very well.
Very
Mother,
well.
you don't have to worry about me. We've eaten and drinking very well indeed.
And most of it was out, was it? Did you cook anything in your villa?
All of it was out, Joe. And I must say, having a look at my notes here to remember key details, I had steak on 3 occasions. We had a Chinese, an Indian, and we had all sorts of luxuries. And do you know what else I had? You're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
For the first ever time, I had my first glass of wine.
Oh! Sangria!
No, choice was about that. Why did this come about?
Yeah.
So we were in this place called The Oak.
Did you go to any fucking Spanish places? The Oak.
I forgot.
He had 3 steaks. He had an Indian, a Chinese.
Yeah.
What, you might as well have just stayed in England.
And we kept drinking at the Red Lion.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And the Irish bar.
Shit. Are you worried about losing your hair? You won't be surprised to find out that 1 in 5 men start losing their hair in their 20s. That is where Suns comes in. Suns are a men's healthcare brand that offer clinically proven licensed hair loss treatments for less than a cup of coffee per day. They've treated over 50,000 customers and their treatments deliver results in 9 out of 10 men.
I've signed up for a 12-week program, and I can tell you, it's very easy. All you got to do is take their 1-minute online consultation, and Suns will tailor a subscription treatment plan specifically specifically for your needs. Although, maybe not for your needs.
Well, this is very exciting because I'm looking out for you and you need this treatment. So go to suns.co.uk and use the code Joe40 to get 40% off your treatment. That is mad, innit?
That is a lot.
40%. And that adds up to 80 quid off a 6-month treatment. It's a lot of money.
I'm going to give it a go and you'll hopefully see some progression here in my head. There are no contracts or hidden charges and it all can be delivered straight to your door as easy as that. I could be looking like Joe Smith in 12 weeks' time.
And so could you. Go to suns.co.uk and use the code Joe40. The link is in the description.
But at the Oak, it wasn't shit, actually. Because
and lo, it wasn't shit.
It wasn't. You go inside, and it's
oh dear,
lovely. It's lovely. It's the colours I'd say were a classy cream.
What are you doing? I've never known anyone talk about a pub and describe the colour. This is lovely.
I've missed this Ethan
Yes,
story
the
so
Earl
much.
even opened up his harvest of mead and let us sup merrily from it.
Well,
go on, a classy cream.
A classy cream. The chairs you sat on were lovely and padded. Ooh.
This is so good. This is just storytelling at its finest, isn't it? Never. Back from a lad's holiday, what did you get up to? The chairs were nice and padded. Like, who's describing the chairs when they're talking about a sort of gaudy lad's holiday?
So funny.
Honestly, it was so comfy, Joe.
Good.
And we sat down at the table, and there across me was my friend Jack, who's living the luscious London life now, an accountant for Goldman Sachs, or an analyst to some wording. So he's living it up.
Wow.
And he said, how about we get a bottle of wine? And I was like, let's I've never done it before, Jack, but let's do it. So the white wine came. A man even poured it for us into all our glasses. And they put it in a big bucket, which was...
Just poured it straight into a bucket.
No,
There you go.
sorry.
That was Alan's glass.
Alan brings his own bucket from home, and he has everything out of that. He has his wine, his beer.
Yeah.
He'll have his lasagnas, his full English.
I want to come on one of
He'll
these
have his
trips,
Indian
mate.
out of his bucket.
No, Alan refused. He insisted on a pint of San Miguel. So he was...
A pint of wine.
Did Alan drink anything but beer on the holiday?
I think he had wine one night, but that was just like he wanted to get involved, I think. But he was on the beers. And Jack warned me before I took my first sip. He went, halt. You need to remember, Ethan.
Sorry, does he think your surname's Holt?
Oh, no, not like as in the former Norwich City striker, Grant Holt.
Grant Holt, yeah. Or the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine who's called like something Holt, isn't he?
No, I'm out of this. All I know is Joseph Holt.
Who serves beer, funnily enough.
Oh, that's very good. Great pub as well, actually, Joseph Holt ones. But that's a side note.
Yep.
Back to the story, which let me just try and pinpoint exactly.
Your mate said
He said Holt was going to remind you. It was warning you.
He was warning me. He said, when you drink wine, it's a completely different drunk to drinking beer. And I went, I don't think so. And off I went on the wine, and it was messy. I've never experienced a kind of drunkenness before. I even got told off by the waiter for slouching.
What?
I got told off.
What? Is it that nice of a place that you can't even slouch?
Yeah, I got told off.
What?
He was
Were
playing with me.
you at a bar? Or were you at a boarding school?
Well, yeah.
James,
he
slouching. Little rap across the knuckles. What waiter tells someone off for the way they're sitting?
Awful that.
Should have said you had scoliosis.
Well, I noticed, Joe, actually, on the holiday, that I'm actually quite a flawed individual. So
Just on the holiday?
just on the holiday, really, it was kind of, would you call it rehab?
I don't think rehab is where you drink every
It
single
sounds
night of the
like
week.
prehab to me.
Yeah,
I think you may be on the way to rehab.
Yeah. So what did you learn about yourself?
Well, things like me slouching, getting told off by the waiter, is criticised by the group, and it's part of a thing called fines. Have you ever done fines?
Yeah. Well, sort of. I know what fines are. So if something happens within the group, you can fine them for either being late, maybe not drinking. I don't know. What were your fines?
Being
Correct.
ugly.
Oh.
Is that one?
He cut to fucking you.
No, I'm not saying I'm just saying, is that one?
Yeah, well, you said is that one, and he cut to me. Ethan cut to me.
I didn't want to cut to me, did I? I had a choice.
Hey, let's turn this into name calling.
Hey. You look like a goose as well, you. Right, go on, carry on.
I was the most punished individual of the
Oh,
six.
no. I need to know the fines, Ethan.
Well, you see, Drew, I haven't got them all down here, and I probably, if I prepared better and used my brain, I would have done that. But things such as slouching in the restaurant, getting told off, you got done. There was another time we were at a Chinese and the prawn crackers arrived, and I put my arms up in celebration and nearly knocked the food off the waiter's tray. So, like, I'd get fined for things like that.
Crackers! Sorry, prawn crackers.
I know.
Were you starving?
Prawn cracker. Oh, I was my stomach, I feel, is so much bigger now. Alan was also. There was also taxes, and this bit.
What is this? Like fucking some sort of risk?
It does seem quite hard to keep up
Why
with
is this game so detailed and dense? There's taxes, there's fines, it's like Monopoly or something. Just have a nice night.
Well, so
taxes.
Like you said before, like I'd get a tax for like 4-eye tax for not being able to see properly. Me and Andy would have to drink for that. Alan would have to drink for being ginger, and this bit could be cut, so I've took a pause here because I don't know if the viewers will find it amusing or not. But
I'm almost certain they will.
All staying in.
Yeah.
It's got it.
And we are as a group. We're trying to evolve, and we're trying to get better every day. And it's hard to push through legislation. And recently, Jack is obviously came out as gay, so the gay tax is a thing. But I promise you, we're fighting to change it. We don't want it to be a tax, and we're doing everything we can. He doesn't deserve it. But obviously that's
You get taxed more for being gay or ginger.
That's one of those pieces of sort of legacy legislation, isn't it? That people go, like, do you know that thing of like a Welshman's allowed to take his sheep over London Bridge or whatever, and it's still technically a law, but obviously it's not.
We need to get rid of it.
But it needs to go that. The reason that this is even remotely acceptable is because all of it is ridiculous.
All of it.
There's no problem with wearing glasses. There's no problem with being ginger. There's no problem with being gay. Of course, the whole thing is sort of tongue-in-cheek and a joke, which is why this is staying in. Ethan's friends aren't that bad people.
Yeah.
It's all sort of quite nice, gentle joshing, isn't it?
Of course, gentle joshing.
But like I said, like next year, I've set the target of 2024 to try and get that scrapped.
Yeah, if you get elected, obviously you'll get that scrapped.
Yeah, well, that's the honestly, it's top of my manifesto.
Yeah,
Is
great.
it? Yeah, that and inheritance tax.
And there's Alan, okay, and obviously Alan would get his numerous fines. For example, we love the pool. The pool was a great element of the villa, and we'd play a bit of football. Alan skied the volleyball over the bushes and we lost it, okay? So you made a 20-minute hike to get another one. First thing you done was you kicked the ball back to the group and it went over the bush again, so you had to go back again. So stuff like that Alan would get fined for. And also Alan, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying
You've
this.
got to stop
3
saying
times.
this, Ethan. You've just got to accept
just
it.
get it
This
out
is the
there.
life we live.
He's a bit of a, sometimes maybe an exaggerator of the truth at times.
Yeah.
However, to Alan's credit, there are times when he absolutely stuns me and I think something's not true, and it is true. For example, the time when he drunk bought a minibus at an auction. And I said it was bollocks, but then my friend Nick drove past his house and saw it on his drive. So things like that, to be fair to Alan, are true.
Yeah.
However,
but the fact that him saying he was the first Geordie on the moon, that there was a bit of a lie.
What is this building up to?
well, an even bigger lie, I thought, or like, it was so obvious it wasn't true, because I've known Alan for a long time, and I every time I look at him, I think, this is inconceivable.
Right.
He said that he ate fruit every day for breakfast, right?
Obviously not.
I don't believe it. So my friend Nick, the dynamic between Nick and Alan's quite good in the sense that Alan will probably say something that's maybe not true, exaggerates the truth, or he believes it's true.
Yeah.
And Nick cross-examines him and calls him out at every occasion. So Nick said, no, you don't have fruit every day for breakfast, Alan. Alan insisted he did. Nick then said, Alan, it doesn't count if it's a Terry's chocolate orange.
Oh, he's doing that.
Nice that, yeah.
Love a bit of humour.
And then the joshing started going a bit more. It doesn't count, Alan, if
Alan
it's
put a
Frutella.
chocolate orange down a football sock and fucking whacked
That's
him over
another
there.
good one.
Yeah, what else?
Or I don't know, a carrot cake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a veg in it.
But it's along the line. A fruit pastel.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, Cadbury's fruit and nut.
Yeah. And then it got to the point where Nick said to him, Alan, name 5 fruits. Alan's losing his mind. He's like, I'm not doing this to you. I can name 5 fruits. He's going, name 5 fruits. He's going, I'm not doing it. And he goes, you can't. So he does. And Alan starts listing them off. Strawberry, lime. He's listed the first 2 flavours of the most popular Copperberg drink.
And then
mixed fruit.
Strawberry, lime, mixed fruit.
Pear? Is that what it is?
Dark fruits?
Yeah.
Is that a fruit?
Alan, he got in a fluster. And he's like, no. And he loses
What, he
his mind
stopped
a
after
bit.
strawberry and lime?
Strawberry and lime.
So time, go again. He starts to name a few more. He repeats strawberries.
Oh my
He
God.
repeats strawberries. He's absolutely losing his mind.
Head gone.
His head's gone. We say, Alan, we look at you every day. You when you came to the airport, you had a Greg's bacon sandwich at 6:30 in the morning. Yeah. You don't have fruit.
Had he already had his fruit pop before that
yeah.
then? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't believe it, true.
Just on that, what do you think of fruit?
I'm not too fussed about it.
What do you mean?
If it's there, I'll eat it, but I don't buy it because it often just goes out of date.
What can you name 5 fruits?
Yeah, I can name 5 fruits.
Can you name 10 fruits?
Probably, yeah.
Right, go on then.
Mango, orange, apple, pear, blueberry, raspberry, strawberry, lime, lemon. Did I ever say melon? Have I said melon?
No.
I said mango, didn't I? Cherries.
Easy,
man.
But you don't eat fruit?
Nah, don't believe in it.
You like veg though?
No, I'm carnivore diet, aren't I, at the minute? I showed you that guy, didn't I?
We need to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Go on, Ethan. What was this crazy story, by the way?
Let's get on to the crazy story, for I have dominated this podcast. So we went.
He definitely was
This
staying
is
with
your pod.
He definitely was staying with the 14th century Earl though. The way he's speaking, the things he got up to, I'm certain of it.
So we weren't really clubbing so much. We were going to nice bars and stuff like the Sky Bar, lovely cocktails, looking at the view, etc. Exactly. And then one night, based on the recommendation of Nick's uncle before we left for this big trip, he said, "You've got to go try." I've just forgot the name. Navy's Bar. You've got to go try Navy's Bar. And I never heard of Navy's Bar before.
I haven't.
And I was like, what's it like? He said, just go, lads.
Why would you have heard of Navy's Bar before?
It's a local bar in the south of Spain. Why would you have heard of it?
If I go away abroad, I'm not going to be like, I've never heard of any of these places.
Well,
it's brand new to you.
It's quite an infamous bar.
Oh.
Get him, Ethan.
So on the basis of that recommendation, off we all scuttled, the 6 of us, into Navy's Bar, next to Lineker's, owned by Gary Lineker's very creepy brother. So we go into Navy's Bar, and you have a look around, and what you notice, Drew, is that they've got all these girls along the outside.
No.
And they're quite good-looking girls, I must say.
Yeah.
And I think they've probably invested rather heavily to get the latest, I don't know what you call them, Tits 2000 or
No, cut that.
You can say Tits 2000.
That could be the name of this podcast.
Tits 2000.
Yeah.
And the latest.
Yeah, we get it. You don't need to say it.
He's got a gag here. Come on. The latest what?
Arse on the block.
No. That's not even a pun. That's just
I don't
a
know
thing.
what it means. Yeah.
So and as you look around, and none of them come up to you, talk to you, because obviously I'm with Alan. But none of them come up.
Yeah, he's the one.
They talk to you, right? I see, and I realise, it dawns on me, these are of the profession of prostitutes.
Yeah.
And we're
I
actually
don't know that term, but yeah.
we're in.
What do you want to call it? Sex worker?
Correct.
Yeah, because Joe's
Where-
very like this. Very like this.
In
Sex
the
worker.
sex worker building. Also, I think you can call it a brothel.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's a brothel,
I really
is it?
thought you were going to say something else then. Yeah, a brothel. You're in a brothel, essentially. Your mate's uncle has sent you to a brothel.
He sent us to a brothel, Joe, and I must say, I did feel a little bit offended that no one at least came up to talk to me to ask if I wanted to pay money for sex. Obviously, I would reject that outright, but I
Yeah.
did also feel
Your
like,
nose is growing a little.
No. It was more so the audience of the not the audience, the customers,
The clientele.
The clientele.
Audience. It is when you just stand there and look.
Yeah.
That's why you think of it as an audience. Can you just like that for 6 hours in a row?
Tits 2000 on display.
And the men who were taken out, none were younger than the age of 60. I think.
Fucking hell.
One
That's
Fucking
wild.
life.
They would go out in their flocks, a group of 3 at a time, tucked round the back.
What?
And who knows what goes on round there?
A group of 3 at a time took round the back. What happens? Is that just like
Well,
the
there
sex?
was, if a tree falls in the woods, Joe, does it make a sound?
Right,
Is
stop.
it not? Is it not?
Stop a sec.
It's not. Is this not a strippers? It's not a lap dance place.
If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? What the fuck has that got to do with this situation? Explain why you just said that.
Well, you don't really know what goes on behind those closed doors, do you? So
Okay.
have they
Yeah, fair enough.
cheated
You
on their
thought
wives
that well there.
if no one's seen it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow. Are you sure it wasn't just a lap dance place?
No. No, it wasn't, sadly.
Oh. And why?
How long did you stay for?
Yeah.
There was
How long did one of your friends, or maybe a couple of them, stay for?
we had a drink in there. We had a little drink, maybe 2 drinks, just having a little gauge and look around.
Oh,
There
God,
was-
imagine seeing.
Was there anything for Jack?
Imagine seeing, right, if you're one of these women who's sort of on the perimeter of this building,
Yeah.
and you just see these 6 walking. How many were there?
Oh, there
Maybe.
was 6 of us.
6 walking in. Literally like the hobbits from Lord of the Rings. Because Ethan's 3'9".
One of them's gay.
Oh, 5
One of
or
them's
6.
gay, so
So he's off
actually...
his cards. Oh, was there anything for him?
Oh no, I think no, there wasn't. Sadly,
Right.
it's not the kind of place. But every day we try and make those opportunities for him.
How long did you stay for, be honest?
Yeah. And did any of your mates get? You don't have
No,
to name
no,
them.
no,
One
no.
of your mates did.
One of them did.
One of them did. That's why you know it's not a lap dance place.
They didn't. But 2 prostitutes. This is
No,
just
no,
outside.
sex workers. Remember, Joe
2
gets offensive.
sex workers approached me and Nick outside of the bar, and we said, "We're very sorry. We both have girlfriends."
We're very sorry. Like they're going, oh, for fuck's sake.
Well,
Oh, you're joking.
It's like a sale, isn't it?
and we pointed at them and said, "We do know one man who is single."
Can I? Does his name have 4 letters and it starts with the words Al?
And we pointed towards Alan Thompson as he shuffled up the hill, and the girls immediately looked at each other and walked away.
No money on earth.
No,
There's no money in the world.
No.
Sad that, innit?
Were you quite emotional on the last day? I guess saying goodbye to the villa.
Oh well, yeah, and I knew I'd have to come back here, so that was quite sad. And it was a lovely trip, a classy trip. We've moved on from the days of Iron Napa, Malia. Some of the lads went to Ibiza. We moved on from that, and I think this is us now. And those days are over.
Did anyone fall out? Was there any? Because sometimes when you're with people for 7 days, especially when
Yeah,
you've got
you
drink
can get
involved,
a
that
bit-
sort of
you can
continual hangover thing,
bicker.
people can get a bit testy.
Oh, we always fall out every holiday. This holiday was less so than others. Honestly, the football caused a lot of debate and conversation. Me and Andy were a bit, like you said, a bit grouchy, and we're watching the Champions League game. And I may have called Andy, because of his opinion, the most arrogant man in the world, which may have not gone down too well.
That's a very you insult.
giving-
I can see you saying that as well after a couple of pints.
Yeah.
He doesn't care, does he?
No, he once he's had a few bits,
Throwing
he
it away.
loses it.
Ethan, you're in charge of 9 and 10 Club in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
But let's speak about something that I saw in the car. No, I introduced to you in the car on the way down to... I was giving you a lift home, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And it is a new form of diet, Ethan, that I was thinking about getting on. And it is the carnivore diet. And I'm not thinking about doing it because it is ridiculous.
You should do it for a week.
You should do it.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's not great.
What are you eating?
Oh, I'm who knows? But
Anyway, so...
honestly, sorry, Joe. Jordan Peterson does it.
Oh, fucking
And
hell.
it apparently reduces the likelihood of all diseases.
Every single one.
Every single disease.
All of them.
But because I'm in the sort of market for a new diet, I've been getting suggested TikTok clips from a local lad who's from Manchester. We'll try and get you want to get him on the pod.
I'd love to get him on for a segment.
He does the carnivore diet and he puts TikTok clips up of recipes, and some of the recipes are crazy. Essentially, what you can eat in carnivore diet is meat, eggs, some double cream.
It has to have come from an animal, one way or the other.
Oh.
Only animal products.
Is that why he can eat mozzarella?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. Yeah, right. Where's that from?
Milk.
Cow.
Sheep, isn't it? Mozzarella.
Is it?
Buffalo, obviously, famously.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
So you can eat all of that, and he finds ways to reinvent himself. But the one recipe I showed you,
there's two that really stood out to me as absolutely bonkers. So, obviously, it must be hell only eating meat.
Yeah.
And I think Jordan Peterson, the one you're on about, is even worse. He only eats like beef and water, or beef and salt.
Like
this guy's got a few more ingredients on his palate. But basically, he made a sort of carnivore Sunday dinner. And a lot of it makes sense. 2 bird roast, whatever, that's fine, that makes sense. You know, whatever. The bit that was mad was the mashed potatoes.
Can we put a bit in here now?
Now, what is going on there?
He essentially mixed eggs, double cream with
egg white powder.
Egg white powder, and he tried to convince us that it tastes like mash.
It's eggs and cream.
Yeah.
He's made an omelette.
But I don't think, Joe, that is the worst one. The worst one is he tried to convince us, Ethan, listen to this, about a cereal you can have.
And you're thinking, cereal, almost every cereal I can think of, in fact, every cereal I can think of, by definition, is either like oats, like barley, it's like carbs. Yeah. That is what cereals are. So how can you even possibly approach cereal on the carnivore diet?
I get it. You're gonna eat a serial killer. So it's cannibalism.
It's not.
I get it. He doesn't eat another human being, Ethan.
I think it's worse. This.
Yeah.
He has raw milk, which is key. You can't have blue top or green top.
No, it's raw milk. Raw milk. It still smells like a farmer's hands.
And you pour it on top of a bowl of pork scratchings.
Oh, this man. This is the man.
This is the man. Have you seen him?
I've seen the man.
Right, play the video now.
Carnivore diet cereal. Now this is my first time trying this. We've got 2 ingredients, pork crackling and raw milk. Now I've seen a couple of other people make this, so let's see what it tastes like. You know what? It's actually pretty good. It actually is as well. Nice. That legit tastes like Rice Krispies. It actually does. A little bit salty, but actually tastes like a salty bowl of Rice Krispies. More nutritious, way better for you. If you're going to have cereal, have some pork crackling and raw milk. It's a classic combo. I'll tell you what, I'd recommend that. Especially over bullshit cereals, 100%.
That was a man eating a bowl of cereal, which was milk and pork scratchings. This isn't right. He must be taking the piss.
It's just like salty Cocoa Pops, or whatever it is, salty whatever, is so disturbing because everything is a bit like something else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't just make something a cereal that is a pork scratching because it's just not a cereal, is it? These things are all foods are called things based on the definition of what they are. You can't call it cereal just because it's in a bowl with milk on it. That is absolutely mental.
Here's what I think we should do. We should get him on the show and he should bring some of his ingredients, some of his dishes.
Well,
to
we
us.
need to try.
We need to try pork scratchings and milk.
Yeah.
And we should try this mash. Unbelievable. So that is the next.
So next week,
I'll work on it. I'll try and get him in.
And even if he can't come in, we're bringing in pork scratchings and mash and we're having it on the show next week because that is absolutely crackers. But you need a diet, so this could be the one for you.
Well, I'm sick and tired of talking about shite carnivore food.
Yeah.
I think it's time for what, Joe?
The 9 out of 10 club.
So here we have it.
Oh.
Something I've missed doing as the three of us.
Yeah.
Because the 9 out of 10 clubs, the last couple of shows have just been me and you deciding. Mm-hmm. Whereas now, we welcome back Mr. Ethan James.
Of course.
And of course, with Ethan being away and with lots of inspirations coming from Spain and when he was, his time abroad with friends and the cuisine over there is amazing, it is time for Ethan to bring a 9 out of 10 club to us. Ethan James.
Hello, everyone. Yes, as I said, the food in Marbella was unbelievable.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was fantastic. So I thought I'd bring back a bit for you guys to share, and we could involve.
Nice.
See, this is good because when I came back from Spain, I didn't do something in Spanish and I should have done.
Yeah,
So I'm glad he's doing this.
you brought in a Starbucks coffee, which is completely opposite to the Spanish culture.
True.
So Ethan, we're excited. I'm thinking
Talk us through it.
prawns.
Gambas pil.
I'm thinking some sort of Spanish chicken, paella even.
I hope it's not paella.
Why?
Shite.
Shut up.
One
Paella's
of the
decent.
one of the worst dishes in the world.
Right.
Every country has that dish and it's shit.
What do you mean?
We have risotto.
What English people have risotto?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if I don't think it's English, but that's the one that you'll get in an English restaurant.
Okay.
The Spanish have paella. The Indians have biryani.
Actually, I remember this argument from you. Don't you dare go for biryani. Biryani's delicious.
Ethan, go on.
Well. I had this food, so every day, every meal was out and about.
Nice.
I spent so much fucking money. And this meal I had, I'm gonna say at least if I couldn't have it in its whole form, I'd have at least a bit of it every day. Just keep it going.
He's been sort of adopted by Spain.
So you've gone out there and you've got a taste for it.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that. Well done.
I've got a taste for it, and I thought this is so good. I have to bring it back to share amongst you guys. I think you've probably had it before.
Okay.
It's a bit of a fan favourite over there. It's not paella.
Okay.
It's actually a bit more nationwide. For I have brought to you, ladies and gentlemen.
You had this every day, remember?
Every day. A full English.
Oh, fuck off!
You're a
Shut up!
You bring it to us from your time in Spain.
This is it.
A full English.
This is what we've
Ethan.
missed, folks.
Oh, I can't.
Honestly,
He
Joe,
loves a bait and switch. He
every
loves
day.
it.
Every day I had this,
So
and
you
they
get
love
with
it
a
out there.
sore head straight to the Spanish restaurants for.
You're a dickhead.
I'm
You're an
not a
absolute
dickhead.
But can I just say, never has the full English been brought to the 9 out of 10 club.
I don't know how, first of all. And well done, Ethan. That was nice. You did well there. Little trick. Did you actually have it every day?
Yeah, I at least I'd have a component of it, so it'd be.
like a bacon ball or something.
I'd maybe have some egg or some bacon one day, or maybe a bit of sausage,
Yeah.
or maybe some beans. You know.
For anyone who doesn't know, and I think
Bring
everyone does know.
Bring them round, Ethan. Put it
But
on the wine.
the full English is, and this is kind of what we do as Brits with food. We don't really have like flavors. We just put ingredients together. We're not big in like herbs or marinating or slow cooking. Well, we just get a meat, get a veg, cook it, get it hot.
Crikey, what have we got here?
Put salt on it. We've got one each. Put salt on it
Ethan,
and eat it. Now that's the reason why I think people think British cooking's bad.
Oh my God, we got toast. Oh my, what's going on here?
Look.
Ethan, what is this?
Oh my! First of all, never seen beans with no sauce on before.
Yeah,
These
the beans
like
are
cartoon
dry.
beans.
Where did you get this from, Ethan?
Oh my God!
There is a lot of sausage going on there.
So what have we got here? We've got 2 hash browns. We've got 3 sausages, 3 bacon, 2 fried eggs, half a fried tomato, mushrooms, baked beans, and toast.
Right.
Wow.
For those who don't know, essentially this is what we like to eat every day. Every day. So if you're watching from abroad, you think, how do the English wake up
To this.
This is what we do. I love how there's different variations. You got the full Irish, which mainly composes of a little bit of black pudding, white pudding in there, fried bread.
Yeah.
You got the full Scottish. They like some haggis amongst it as well. I think they have black pudding as well. Some sort of iron brew component.
I wonder how it was decided what made it into the full English. Because there's plenty of things in here that aren't inherently breakfast foods. Like, why is the mushroom in here? Mushrooms don't really find themselves in any other breakfast except the full English.
Yeah.
You know, tomatoes do, I get that. But also, like, hash browns. How did they make it in here? How did hash browns make it into the full English?
Do you know, there's some people have bubble and squeak.
Some people have bubble and squeak.
Instead of a hash
Some people have
brown.
black pudding, like you said, which is sort of a kind of, you know, universal blood sausage. So here, we've got everything. We've got all the components. Let me just chuck a full fried egg in here.
Joe, don't eat a full fried... Ethan, what's up with you? Oh, he's dropped his... Ethan off camera has dropped the full thing on the floor.
On the floor.
Oh, full mistake. You right over there?
Yeah, so what I did there, I dropped all the toast on the floor, but I picked it back up. Well, I must say, in security in the airport, they were a bit bemused when they saw all these like boxes of full English coming in my suitcase, because honestly, because I had to get rid
You brought
of
these back with you, did you?
2 pairs of jeans I had to get rid of.
And he's only got 3.
Right.
Right.
The full English, Ethan. It is brilliant, isn't it?
Talk us through it.
Well. It celebrates, Joe. I think what's great about being British.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think like the bacon, reminds me of like what a bit of a gammon nation we are, and it's just it really sorts you out, is what I must say. When I was out there, pints in an evening, pints into the night, and then it suffers you a little bit, doesn't it? You get something what I'd call a hangover, and you go, what could fix this? What could fix this? And
don't go to us, Ethan. We're trying to eat this full English.
And the full English fixes it, I think. That with the smoothie as well, because there's lots of vitamins in there as well, which helps you out.
It's often what you do eat on a hangover. But what's weird is it can't be good for you. So you're just drinking.
Of course it's not.
So why do we eat this after a big night out in the town?
Because you're just mentally fucked, and you just want the thing that tastes the best.
Right.
It's not a remedy. It's just a comfort.
So every element of this has to come together. There will be arguments about certain things. Tomatoes, do they have the place in the full English for you, Joe?
Yes, but I prefer tinned tomatoes to a fried tomato.
Weird. Ethan, for you, tomatoes?
No.
Yeah, I'm no.
What?
Mushrooms? I like mushrooms.
Definitely mushrooms, yeah.
But I like them sort of thinly chopped and get a bit more like amongst it, a little bit more seasoning. Ethan?
Mushrooms is a definite yes. Lovely.
Egg. What egg would you really want to go for?
Fried.
Fried?
Mm-hmm. For myself, and I made this request many times when I was over there, I'd get poached. I can't believe how amazing the poached egg is.
The poached egg is fantastic, to be fair, but it's got no place on a full
All
English.
right.
No, it's
watery.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I can't work out how it just transformed into something so like, I want to say heavenly. It just like the soft outside and when you cook it perfectly, it just bursts in the middle. There's something quite magical about a poached egg.
The egg is quite magical. I'll tell you what I will say. Mine has had 3 long black hairs in it, which is always good. I don't know if yours has had any. Is that just extra? Do you want that for me?
Because you're all long black hair.
Oh.
Tell you what, it's curly.
Oh, Joe.
And here's another one.
But I suppose when you travel back from Spain, what do you expect?
Underneath the beans. I think that might be racist to Spanish people. There's another one underneath the beans there. That's 4 black hairs. So mine's basically been made by
I haven't got any black hairs on mine, so why be you're the odd one out? Right, let's do a vote on the full English.
Come on.
Joe, this is where Joe's content is second on his priorities. Eating a full English in the space of 3 minutes is key. This is kind of why Joe really wanted it, I think. Are you all right there, mate? What?
I don't know what it was.
I'm going to start the voting off. A full English breakfast, the best it can be, is 100% 9 out of 10. Ethan James.
Well, I must say, have you ever heard of the 10 out of 10 club?
There's no such thing, Ethan. It's a myth.
Yeah, that is correct. But if there was such a thing, I would say this is a right contender. Just all of it together is bliss, isn't it? And how bizarre that we feel that this hot dish must only be eaten in the morning, really. Like,
I like an all-day breakfast, though. They often take the hash browns away and put chips on.
Yeah, I like that.
What?
I was thinking through before I say it. This is the best we do, I think, as Brits. This is our best thing as Britain across the board. I'm including Shakespeare. I'm including, the Shard. All these great things that have come out of this country. Libraries.
Shakespeare, Shard and sausages.
Libraries, Shakespeare, Greggs. All of it. The best thing that this aisle has ever produced is the full English breakfast. Yeah. I think it is phenomenal. It doesn't make sense. None of those things are inherently breakfast foods.
No.
And yet, the more you put in, the better it gets. It never gets too much. You can even have fried bread in there. You can have black pudding in there.
Get the white pudding in there. That's
white
delicious.
pudding in there. There's so many things that can go in there. And it's just amazing. And you just cover it in pre-ground black pepper that tastes a bit like poo.
Yeah.
You cover it in salt. You cover it in brown sauce. You cover it in ketchup. Whatever you want to cover it in, you're going to have a good time.
What do you cover it in?
Brown sauce. Whether you get it from a £4 greasy spoon or a $13.95 sort of hipster kind of brunch place, you are getting a good meal. And it's fucking fantastic. We don't do anything better than the full English. Yeah. Even when it's shit, it's amazing. So it has to go in the 9 out of 10.
What you've done is something
no
superb,
question.
Ethan. Round of applause. Probably the best contender yet. Ethan James, everybody!
Well done. Well done to the Spanish as well for accepting what a brilliant dish it is. Tell you what, it's just perfect.
It's lovely.
It's fucking perfect.
Right then, that is us for today. You've caught up with Ethan. The gang is back together. There's a new Patreon exclusive coming next week. I'm going to take Ethan James out to a very, very posh restaurant. Ethan, are you excited?
Oh, I am very excited. Yes.
He's not used to that sort of
thing. He's
not
really used to it. Fine dining at his favourite. Do you like a wine pairing, Ethan?
Well, I would be more interested in that as a.
I don't know what he's saying.
Don't even know what it means. There's no idea what he's on about.
So that is going to be filmed for Patreon. Me and Ethan going on a wine tasting sort of.
Do you like a wine
extravagant?
Well, I would be.
Yeah, what? He collapsed. So make sure you join patreon.com/SloppyJoesPodcast. Early access on the episodes, loads of the back catalogue, chaos to watch, and it's only £3 a month as well. Happy days.
Perfect.
Ethan and Joe, what a lovely time we've had.
I'm so glad to see you again, Ethan. Well done.
No, thank you. Nice to see you too as well.
And have you prepared? Do you know, we ask you to sort of say goodbye. Have you prepared a way of saying it in Spanish?
Let's have a think.
Okay, let's go. Right, everyone, it is a bye from now for us.
See you later, everyone. Bye. Wave, Ethan.
Yes, and we'll see you later.